All right, so here's what we can say today. The results from an FDA-compliant independent third-party lab proved that the Aeris hydroxyl blaster with ActivePure technology kills 99.98% of SARS-CoV-2, the virus that causes COVID-19, on surfaces after 7 hours. The same ActivePure technology in the hydroxyl blaster is available in the Air and Surface Pro air purifier with ActivePure. That's the unit that you see there on the screen right now. This is an incredible breakthrough. It's something that is much needed right now. And the reason we're having this business opportunity call is because we're on a mission to get in front of this virus nationally and globally. So here's what we have. We have a partner in Vallara who has a parent company called Aeris, 94 years in business, one of the largest direct selling companies in the world. Company headquarters in Dallas, Texas. You can see the skyline there. And then a 500,000 square foot manufacturing plant in Bristol, Virginia. This is what we're working with here, folks. This is in-house manufacturing. So here's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with a technology that's a patented design that pulls the air through a honeycomb-like structure of tubes, exposing it to UVC light. That UV light is a specific frequency that then converts the humidity in the air to just a hydrogen peroxide. And so that hydrogen peroxide is the oxidizer that goes out into the environment, coats the environment, and causes the virus, which has a shell, to become inert. And so that inert means it can't replicate. It stops it in its tracks. You can see on the right there is a couple of Petri dishes. The one at the top looked a little bit more like the one at the bottom, except for there were no little dots in it whatsoever. It's completely clear. And then after exposing it into an environment in a home, it grew all of this stuff, all these different things. Then we turned the ActivePure on for 8 hours and then let this thing set out for another 24 hours. Nothing. Well, very little tiny growth. You can see in the upper right and a little bit towards the middle on the left. But that's it. That's it. And that's what this technology does. This is one of only 75 technologies inducted into the Space Technology Hall of Fame in the past 30 years. Other technologies are like LASIK and GPS and DirecTV. It certainly is an extraordinary honor for us to be a certified space technology. They started utilizing this in order to keep the space station clean and clear from contaminants and to keep the astronauts safe, but also to make sure that they could run their experiments. They were having problems with the air being contaminated and the experiments is not going the way that they wanted them to. So let's talk a little bit about traditional versus ActivePure. Traditional technologies such as HEPA remove contaminants only, and if and when they travel through the purification unit. They can help reduce air pollution to a degree, but ultimately they do not reduce surface contamination at all, and they do not adequately reduce airborne contaminants. Here's the thing. HEPA filters, even the really good ones, go down to about 3 microns in size in terms of what they'll capture. The average virus is 0.125 nanometers in size. That's 3 or 4 orders of magnitude smaller. If you were to take an electron microscope and look at the head of a pin, you would see that it's about 50 nanometers wide, right? We're talking about like something that is, 1 nanometer, a tenth of a nanometer in size, and it's supposed to get caught in something that is so much larger. So HEPA filters, they just don't work. Now, the other thing is that, let's say one does manage to get caught in there, it still can replicate. It's not killing it. It doesn't remove it as a threat. ActivePure proactively targets these contaminants. Its technology, again, derived from NASA technology, and it neutralizes these pollutants and contaminants in place that other technologies and filtrations can't reach, and it delivers measurable and proven results, and we'll talk about some of the studies here in a moment. A couple of other points I want to make here is that we're looking at ozone-free and air and surface cleaning. This is enhancing health and improving the quality of life. If you don't have an air purifier, you are the air purifier. And this is important to understand. Your 3,000 gallons of air passing through your body every day. Your immune system has to handle this. If you have a polluted indoor air environment and without an air purifier, you have a polluted indoor air environment, period, then your quality of life is diminished. As soon as you install it, your quality of life is increased, and you have peace of mind that you have the best possible chance to be virus and bacteria free in your environment. So ultimately, this unit is going to cover up to 3,000 square feet. It has a 30-day money-back guarantee and a 3-year limited warranty. So where's it used? It's used in treating millions of homes. I think I heard Mike Jackson say that there are about 6 million units in homes worldwide right now. Businesses, the space station, Ground Zero Museum in Philadelphia, the Liberty Museum, hospitals, doctor's offices, professional sports facilities, nursing homes, hotels, schools, transportation, and places of worship. I would say about a third of all of the calls I'm taking in the course of the week right now are from places of worship. And that's wonderful. We need to make sure that people can get back to their churches and synagogues and temples and get reconnected in that way. Fellowship doesn't happen near the same way over Zoom that it does live. So let's talk a little bit about the scientific proof. This is from scientific studies that are done in a FDA protocol with FDA certified compliant laboratories conducting the tests. These are log reductions of the MS2 bacteriophage virus in the air. So what you're seeing here is that in 30 minutes we're 99.999%. And then in 60 minutes, we're down to 99.9999% before and after treatment. Gives you an idea of how powerful this is. This is showing you DNA virus reduction. Very similar results. This is showing you average percentage bacteria reduction. 30 minutes.
The slides aren't advancing. There we go.
This is showing the MRSA, which is antibiotic resistant staph, which I had when I lived in Hawaii. It was awful, so skin infection, and what it does over a 24-hour period, 99.9% reduction. Very, very tough one, but we get it, and this is sort of like this is the one that the CDC says, you can get this, you can get anything. And so that's one of the reasons we tested it. Now, this slide, you're probably not going to see a hotel room the same ever again. This is showing before and then 24 hours and 30 days after treatment for, active living environments of television remote, desk surface, carpet, HVAC, light switch, door handle. I mean, these are incredible. To be able to look at this and see these bacteria and what we do with them and how quickly, and then what happens not only after 24 hours of treatment, but then 30 days after treatment. Now, this is actually a little bit of an older study and is based on a prior generation. Our newer generation actually works much more quickly. This is showing professional sports locker rooms. You're looking at before treatment, after treatment, 30 days, 120 days, 150 days, and a year. Look at this: bacteria, fungi, MRSA, air particles. Do you know what happens if you have MRSA rolling through a professional athletic organization? It costs them millions of dollars. If they lose the chance to make it in the playoffs, much less, win the World Series or, the Super Bowl or, whatever it is for that sport, that's $1 billion loss. I mean, and a lot of disappointed fans, right? So this is important, and we have dozens of testimonials of professional sports locker rooms using this technology. So now let's transition to talking about the ways to earn money with Vollara: retail income, wholesale income, and residual income. I like to focus on the retail side for just a moment because those of you who've been exposed to direct sales presentations, you see the same slide presented in different ways. There's always the retail side, and very, very few of them have a real retail business. Well, with Vollara, we have a real retail business. I personally can testify to that. I've sold to doctors and restaurants and homes, and then I can tell you that dozens of people on my team have done the same very effectively, and then throughout Vollara. So there's just a very real way to earn thousands of dollars in your very first week or month within this business that is unlike anything I've ever seen. And there are lots of ways to do that that are affordable. In fact, you can get started without spending any money and earn money if that's something that's important to you. Now, here's from the retail perspective, here's what I'll share with you. The best way to go about this is to market one of our silver packs that are going to give you a unit cost of $566. If you buy them onesie twosie, they're $600, $599.99. The retail cost is, let's just call it $1,500. That's a $933 profit per unit. Okay. Now, when you buy 5 at a time, when you market one of these 5 packs, your cost goes down to $539. Now you're making $960 per unit. That's an incredible retail margin for 5 units of $4,800 or $57,600 per year. The retail business on this alone is remarkable. We have people that are moving through 3 to 5 units a week right now. Now, these are not, what I'm sharing with you, promises of results. These are examples of what's possible. The results vary based on experience and what you can do based on what your drive and your commitment and your willingness to learn and be coached. We have a very powerful consumer and business owner lease to purchase funding option, up to $15,000 in approvals. It helps business owners in 2 ways: to save some time and also to preserve their liquidity at a time when they probably need to. They can check with their CPA, and they're likely to tell them it's a tax write-off for their business. You're going to move more product. The application is easy for you to send from your computer to theirs. They fill it out. It takes less than 5 minutes. They select the payment option that makes sense for them. And about 3 business days later, you get paid. And then the next commission run, you'll actually see the money drop into your account. Now, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail on this slide. There is quite a bit here. This is an information-packed sheet here. This is the Vollara compensation plan overview, but I do want to draw your attention to silver and gold. We're going to talk about these. And so there are requirements you can see here to the right of 2 active legs and 3,000 in volume, and 3 active legs and 5,000 in volume. Over here, it's talking about how you can get to this gold level in 1 month by having 3 active legs and 15,000 in volume. There's some personal volume requirements. Suffice it to say, when you hear me talk about silver and gold, these are the 2 areas that I'm going to be giving you examples in terms of team building and income generation. So again, 1 unit at $14.99 retail. The 3 packs come in at $566 a unit. The 5 packs come in at $539 per unit. And here's what happens when you're building a team. Every time you sponsor an associate with one of these packs that's shown above, you earn a $200 Fast Start bonus. And at that silver level, you're going to earn 20% on their volume, or another $200. Okay, at the gold level, you're going to earn 35%. That's going to bring you up to $550. Now, on these 5 packs, it's the same $200 bonus. And now you're earning, as a silver, 20% on that $1,800, right? So that's going to bring you up to $560. And you're earning 35% as a gold executive. That's going to bring you up to $830. Now, just imagine doing that a couple of times a week in your recruiting activities for those of you who want to build a team. Incredible opportunity just from the team building perspective. Now, as you're building this personal team and generating 25,000 points in team volume, you're going to earn $5,000 a month on average, about 20%, 60,000 a year. 2 months ago, I started qualifying for this $600 car bonus. That's another $7,200 per year. There's a travel bonus, and you can win a trip this year. Next year, we'll be going to Portugal. That's worth $10,000. And then starting at the 25,000 team volume level, there's a $1,000 executive bonus, and there are a bunch of other bonuses on top of that. So when you figure in the Fast Start bonus into this calculation, in this example, it's six-figure income right here. But it actually gets a lot better. When you build an executive team, this is when you help people become that gold executive that you now are, generating between 15 and 25,000 in team volume. You're going to see that when you help 3 become gold at 25,000 team volume, that's going to net you $11,250 a month. That's a substantial income in and of itself. But then you step down one level below you, and you help those 3 generate 5 gold executives, not 5 each, but a total of 5 between those 3. That's going to net you another $3,000 a month. And then on the 3rd level, you're going to help those 5 find 2 each, or a total of 10 to become gold executives with a 15,000 team volume. That's another $4,500 a month. And in this example, you're looking at $18,750 a month, or $225,000 a year. Now you add in your personal team and your car and your travel and Fast Start bonuses, you're well over $250,000 a year in this example. Again, this is not an income claim. These are examples. Each of you will have different results, some more, some less. Just depends on your drive, your ambition, your experience, and your willingness to be coached in order to achieve these kinds of results. These results are available to every single person that's on this Zoom. So here's your getting started checklist for our high achievers out there. This is not the only way to do it, but it is by far the best. And the first step is to go to your sponsor's website and join now for free. Then, once you do, you're going to order your Air and Surface Pro Pack. Gold Pack is what's recommended. It's the best value, or the Silver 3-pack. And just know that people tend to do what you do. So one of the reasons to do this is that as other people get started on your team, they're going to say, what did you do? Well, I can honestly say I ordered a 5-pack, right? You should be able to say that too. It's going to help your business. We've got an organization that's growing really fast right now, and I'm watching the 5-packs come in over and over and over again. Why? Because the leader on that team, that's how they started. Then, as you're getting going, you have the ability to pay by credit card, or this Vollara Easy Pay, which is a 4-installment plan with no credit check. So it minimizes your investment. That's going to be slightly under $500 per payment on a 3-pack. So $480, $490 down. You're going to get your 3 units. You're going to sell 2 of them, and you're going to pay that easy pay off and have enough to buy another 3-pack. So it's a very nice, easy way to get started with a lot less money output. And then set a goal to achieve Gold Executive within your 3-month Fast Start period, or any 1 month during your Fast Start period. Now, I have learned that it is so much easier to build this type of business fast than it is to build it slowly. Over and over again, I watch this. It's just an incredible thing that, you can kind of take your time and plod along, or you can develop momentum and excitement and just watch your business grow and skyrocket right before your eyes. It is a process that, depending on your level of experience, will depend on how quickly you do it. But definitely within that first 3 months, you want to get that goal done. It's going to bring you to that 35% level. So what are your questions? I'm here to answer them. Want to thank you so much for joining us for the presentation. I'm happy to answer your questions.